So I want to believe that everybody can hear me and see me right now. And of course, I will first start by saying that happy independence to every one of us as Nigerians. Nigeria is celebrating 60, and it shows 60 years of a lot of things that has happened to us as a nation. And then I will say that happy independence, and also we expect that the future is going to be great. All right, so let's just focus on the business of today and also see how we can achieve some level of financial independence since we are already here. My name is Mike. My full name is Michael Akinagwe, and then I'll be the one to take you even on this webinar as we'll be looking at business. And remember, this particular conference is known as the e-trading virtual conference, and also is coming from the stable of Rally Academy. All right, so please sit back and relax and make sure that you enjoy the remaining part of the conference as we'll be looking at the 3 simple steps that you need to start making real profit with e-trading. All right, 3 simple steps that you need for you to start making real profit with e-trading by using your smartphone. So let's just get started immediately and look at what we have even for us here. I'm going to start by first going to this particular book, and I want to go to a particular page where they had a quote from the ruler of Dubai, Sheikh Al Maktoum, and they asked him in this book, Leadership Dubai Style by Dr. Tommy Ware, that how is it that Dubai has achieved what they are able to achieve. And of course, the ruler of Dubai told them that apart from the fact that they plan and work towards a lot of things, as a leader, he's actually motivated, and he motivates his followers also in order for them to keep achieving more. And then he made mention of a particular quote that he normally read every morning, which is at the back of his door. And I want to share that quote with you as a landing quote, even for our conference as we move on. And the quote says, every morning in Africa, a lion wakes up and he knows it must outrun the slowest gazelle. Every morning in Africa also, a gazelle wakes up and it knows it must run faster than the fastest lion or it will be killed. It doesn't matter whether you're a lion or you're a gazelle. When the sun comes up, you better be running. All right, and you can see the picture of a lion and a gazelle there, telling you that something is actually going on. It means that no matter what happens, you must be thinking of how to survive. And when we talk about survival, we mean survival especially in the area of your business. So as a country, they were able to survive. They were able to also outrun the lion, and today everybody is celebrating Dubai. And you know, when you look at this quote again, so that you understand it very well, I can relate it to something in Nigeria some years back. Maybe like a decade ago, we used to have this mobile phone called Nokia. And Nokia used to be the lion of the mobile phone industry. I remember at that time, it was so serious that 9 out of every 10 person, we have a Nokia phone. And that was how the whole thing started. Nokia being the lion, everywhere Nokia. But today, is this still the same thing? No. We have some other phone brands like Samsung, Infinix, Tecno. They have taken over the market. So that suggests to you and me that it's possible for competition to actually come. And if you are not careful in your business, if you are not working on your business every time, then it means that you may actually be taken out of place. And that means that you need to be on your A game in your business, in your career, and in all that you are doing. Just make sure that when the sun comes up, you better be running. All right, so that will be the landing quote. And I also want to give us a level of information, and that information is after this conference, we are going to be sending to you a link to watch a video that shows us the 2 critical things that you need to know in order for you to be a successful online trader. I mean, 2 very important things. So make sure that you check your email for the link to this video, and we're also going to be sending to you the recorded version of this webinar. All right, so after this event, we are going to take the recorded version of this live program and we are going to send it to your mailbox. So make sure you check your mailbox for all this important information such that you will not miss anything. So let's talk business. Now, what we have before us is saying, is profitability or growth important in business? What do you think? I think for me, there are 2 important factors that you need in order for you to succeed in a business. Is number 1, you must look into a business that has a growth potential, such that the capital you put in there, you can make more on that particular capital and it's growing. And also you must look at profit, because that is also the aim of doing business. So is profitability or growth, is it important in the business of today? I tell you that yes. And the business of today is the business of e-trading. I told you we are talking about the e-trading business. And also, based on the fact that it has to do with e-trading, we can rephrase this question and ask that, is it possible to succeed in the business of e-trading? What do you think, guys? Is it possible to succeed in the business of e-trading? I don't know what you think, but I think the answer is yes. It's very, very possible. All you need to do is for you to actually know how the business operates and go into it even with the right mindset for you to achieve success. And not only that, I also want to share with you a very important story that inspired me when I was going to start, because I also had that type of question as at that time. And not only that story, I'm also going to share with you a little part of my story. Now, when I was going to start, I saw the story of a guy called Bill Lifchus. Now, Bill Lifchus is a guy featured in a book called the New Market Wizards. Now, in that book, they gave him the nickname the Sultan of Currencies, and it was because this guy Bill Lifchus was an highly successfully trader, and also not only that, he had a lot of records that he broke even in the world of e-trading, and that was the reason why he was given that nickname, the Sultan of Currency. But when Bill Lifchus was going to talk, he said that he started the business of e-trading by going to school to study architecture, because he wanted to focus on architecture. And based on his training as an architect, he started doing things, but he discovered that he had a lot of interest, even as an architect, in things relating to finance or things relating to e-trading. So he started studying financial reports and company periodicals about a lot of things, and that was how this guy Bill Lifchus, who you will call an architect, that was how he was able to record success even in another business area, and that's the business of e-trading. What am I saying? I'm saying that your background doesn't matter. I'm saying that your background doesn't matter. Your background doesn't matter. All right? Your background doesn't matter in the sense that there are a lot of things that you can achieve that outside your background you still achieve them. Please, for those of us who are talking from the background, please make sure that we mute, or please we don't disturb this presentation. All right? So for this guy, his background, his educational background was not a limitation to what he was going to achieve, and at the end of the day he was able to achieve success. As at that time I told myself, if I've been to school and I've studied another thing, then I should be able to achieve some level of success also in the business of e-trading. And that was how I started. So let me just share with you my own adventure into the world of e-trading. That's a little part of my story. All right, so like I told you, I started going to, and after going to school, I wanted to study and do some things in that field, and that was how I ventured into the business related to agriculture or farming. And then that was me there starting as a farmer. But as at that time, I started having a new thinking on doing something differently, and starting as a farmer, I started shifting my focus into the business of e-trading, because farming can be stressful, especially if you are doing it yourself the old manual way. So I had to move into the business of e-trading, and after some years, I started having some level of result, of course, to show for that. And in the year 2018, I had a lot of invitation events and also speaking engagement in the area of e-trading. Of course, if you are doing a business, you should be able to talk about that business, and that was how I was ready to speak at different places. And some of the very, very important ones, I have them here. In that same year 2018, the Southwest Regional E-commerce Summit and Expo, and this was the event, very big event there, the first day of the event here, and then this is the second day of the event. You can see me just on that small picture by the side, but that was me there off stage while I was speaking at that event. I was ready to speak at the Business Revolution Expo in that same year 2018 Lagos. I was ready to speak at the Lagos Traders Expo. We had that program in Sheraton, and that was me there while speaking at that particular event. And if you look at me there, a farmer, now having this platform or having this privilege, that's massive. I was ready to speak again at the Ilorin Online Entrepreneurship Business and Investment Summit, and that was me there speaking at that particular event. I was speaking at the Ibadan Online Business Manager Summit, and also that was me there at that event. and also at the Lagos E-Trading Guru Expo in the year 2019. So that was how a lot of things started coming here and there, based on the fact that I already have this level of influence and also a whole lot of knowledge in the business of e-trading. Now, if you look at all of this, it tells you that some level of success has been achieved. Not only that, one of the important things is that you would have been able to achieve some amount of money that can also take care of some of your very important financial needs. And remember, if we are talking of financial independence, you need to look at a business that has the potential to solve or to take care of that particular financial issue that you think you have. I have that ability to solve a lot of financial issues around. Not only that, even have some money left to also travel the world. And that was me there having that privilege. If that is also what you want, you have the opportunity to travel the world and do a whole lot of things. But listen to me very carefully. Now, if this is your goal, this is what you want to achieve, it's also important, therefore, that you start thinking whether your income right now can help you achieve some of these things, or probably you need to add another business or start doing something by the side in order for you to move into the era of financial independence. Or what do you think? I think you really need to think about that. All right, and that's the reason why you need to also listen to the advice of the billionaire. This is what the billionaire has to say. He's saying here, never depend on a single income. This is Warren Buffett, a very popular guy, a billionaire for so many years, saying never depend on a single income, because the road to financial independence will not be the road of going through a single income to achieve that. Meaning, therefore, that you can also think of your income as a table. Now, when you think of your income as a table, then you understand the way out, because if you have a single source of income, you are like a one-leg table. All right, and if you look at this one-leg table, it's standing only on that leg, and if one leg that is supporting the table should break, what happens to the whole table? The whole table collapses. And if the whole table collapses, then it also means, therefore, that that single source of income is gone. COVID-19 came in the year 2020, and most people did not expect it, but it has affected some people, some people's business. Some people are already out of business, and a lot of things has happened. Right now, as we speak, then we have a lot of people struggling because they were depending on a single source of income. So apart from job security, or whatever name you want to call it, I mean, multiple businesses or other source of income can help you to be like a table standing on four legs. Now, if one leg of that table should break, this table you are looking at, what happens to the table? Do you think it's going to fall? No. The remaining three legs, they are going to support that table. So multiple legs there, one leg breaks, the whole table is still standing and fine. So think of your income as a multiple leg table, meaning therefore that you need to start thinking or doing something right now. And because you are connected to this conference, of course, the business of e-trading, which we are going to start talking about opening up bigger from now on, will be the business for you, and something that you can do by the side, and also has the potential to help you understand more about the world of finance based on what is happening all over the world, and also help you to achieve some level of income. So if you are not thinking also in all this pattern, or thinking in the way I have been talking, it also means therefore that you have a relationship with poverty. And let me tell you something about poverty. Poverty is manufactured in the bed. And you can't sleep like you are competing with the dead and you expect to make it in the world of the living. It's not possible, sir. It's not possible. So you have to break the relationship with poverty today, because that poverty can affect your thinking. So people with poverty thinking, they will not think of multiple sources of income. They will not think of doing other things that can actually help them to earn more. They will not think of having a business by the side that can add to their current capacity. All right. So make sure that today you are no longer in a relationship with poverty, such that the future can be very, very great as you expect. So let's just move to the business of today, which is the business of e-trading. And very fast, I'm going to go through that to explain what e-trading means to us and how we can all go into this business and achieve some level of relevant success. So what is e-trading? E-trading stands for electronic trading. So that E stands for electronic. And actually, electronic has to do with something that you do via the internet, or something you use internet technology to achieve. All right. So another name for e-trading is financial trading, or we call it, it's a form of online business, because that E there stands for online. So it's a type of online business that involves you trading. What are you trading? It is actually a method of trading financial instrument. You can trade financial instruments like currencies. You can trade financial instruments like commodities. You can trade financial instruments like indices. You can trade financial instruments like even stocks and other financial derivatives that we have. And all of these things can be done electronically, meaning you can do a lot of them online. So you don't need to go out to look for a space to start a business or to do all this normal stress that we normally go through in setting up a business. Another name for it, like I said the other time, is financial trading. And if we want to break that word down, financial trading, then we are going to understand that financial has to do with something relating to money or something related to finance, while trading can be defined as the exchange of ownership of value. Or we say that trading simply means buying and selling of financial instruments like shares, like currencies, like indices, like commodities. Now, you as a person, you can decide to trade in all of these financial instruments, or you can decide to choose only one. Now, the idea and the concept is the same. What is the idea? The idea and the concept is for you to benefit, is to profit from the movement in prices by buying at a low price and selling at a higher price. Remember that word, because I will make reference to that in the course of the conference. It's a method of you going to a business where you want to profit from the price of what? Price of commodities all over the world, price of indices all over the world, price of currencies all over the world. And it is where you buy at a lower price and you sell at a higher price. And listen to me, the prices of all these financial instruments, they are always moving, giving you enough opportunity in order for you to profit from the market. And when I say profit, I mean in order for you to get some good level of return. So let's break it further and see whether we remember the meaning of the word commodity. What does it mean when we say shares or stock? What is the meaning of currencies? For stock, we can define a stock as an ownership share in a company. So when you own a stock of a company, it means that you are a shareholder. There's a part that you own in that company. So people refer to you as a shareholder, as a share owner of that company. And for stocks, they are traded via exchanges all over the world. The largest of all these exchanges is known as the New York Stock Exchange. New York Stock Exchange. What are the things that you can trade on the New York Stock Exchange? You have access to trade different global companies. Now, you are trading those global companies, but you are not in the US. You are trading those global companies, yet you are at the comfort of your home. So what do you need to have access to this type of business and be making profit from companies like Facebook, companies like Google, companies like Amazon? All you need is for you to actually connect to the internet. Once you have the knowledge of how the business of e-trading works, you need the internet. And once you connect to that internet, then you have the access. So now you may be thinking that the connection you need is the presidential connection or the connection of your governor. And I said, no, you only need internet connection. And you can see all the things that you can have access to and start profiting from them on a daily basis. All right. So that is for stock. What about if you are trading another financial instrument known as commodities? How can you profit from commodities? For commodities, we define commodities as basic goods that are used in commerce. Commodities are defined as basic goods that are used in commerce. And you know, for basic goods that are used in commerce, most of the time, they are often used as inputs in the production of other goods or services. They are used as inputs in the production of other goods or services. So for commodities, we can divide them into three major categories. Commodities can be divided into three major categories. First, we have commodities that we call metals. For metals, you can trade commodities like gold, commodities like platinum, like silver. You can even trade the industrial metals such as tin, nickel, aluminium, copper. The list is very big. Just choose any one that you want to trade. If you're not interested in trading metals, why don't move to the second type of commodity that is available, which is energy. So under energy, you trade crude oil and natural gas. So you have crude oil, the one produced by OPEC, cotton, produced like coffee, produced like cocoa, like corn, and the list is also endless. And if you are not trading commodities at all, you can move to another type of financial instrument, and you can trade an asset like currencies. You know, for currencies, there are different currencies of the world. And for me personally, I like the currency market because it is actually one market that is so huge and that is so familiar with human beings. What do I mean by that? I mean, it is a type of financial instrument that, as I'm speaking, you probably have a unit of a currency in your pocket, and a lot of people are engaged in this particular financial asset on a daily basis. All right, for currencies, how do we define them? We define a currency as a bill of exchange that serves as a legal tender. It has a purchasing power, and of course, it is empowered by the government of a nation for the purpose of third-party payments, payment for debts, payment of goods and services in a particular jurisdiction. Now, when we talk about currencies, there are different currencies of the world that can be traded. And also for currencies, we have currencies of developed economies of the world from different angles that you can always focus on. That is for currencies. And for currencies, we call them the Big Seven. The Big Seven means talk about the most traded currencies of the world. And when we talk about the most traded currencies of the world, we talk of currencies like the United States dollar, currencies like the Great British Pounds, currencies like Euro, currencies like the Switzerland franc, currencies like the Canadian dollar, the Japanese yen, and all of these examples that you are seeing right here, different currencies of the world. Just choose the one that you want to trade, and then you are in it. So therefore, you can ask the question, if I can trade currencies, if I can trade indices, if I can trade bonds, if I can trade stocks, if I can trade commodities, then what is commodities trading?